Come with me to Nysc Camp Lagos. Let's go. After seeing my call-up letter and I was posted to Lagos, I was like, yes, God has finally shamed my enemies. Until this.
What be this? Jesus.
I said, Omo, who did I offend? But you know what? Let's try another state. This year was the beginning of my shaggy. They called us 3 a.m. I was just tired. I wanted to go home. I had to start singing this song. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. And yes, indeed, I actually wanted to go home. Because tell me why we're waiting outside. Because our hostel leader was still out with the keys. Jeez, this whole experience is something I don't want to do again. The morning drills by Manuel was the only fun thing about, waking up in the morning. They always had this, music along with the exercise. Everything was just a vibe. That was the only thing I could say I'll miss. And please, if you are coming to camp, always find a way to run away from side classes. They are very boring. Even the day I tried to stay inside, at first the class was interesting, but when it got to 11 o'clock, Jesus.
Blood of Jesus.
Another thing that will help you is if you have dark shades. They will just, conceal your eyes. Nobody will see you are sleeping. It will really help a lot. And also help you from the sun. And then we had our welcome party. It was fun actually, but I felt this camp had enough space for social activities, but they had less sponsors. Then Minimi came in to save the night, and this was our first social night, and it was a dancing competition. So it was actually very fun seeing people coming out to dance. Me personally, knowing I love music a lot, I actually was looking forward to so many activities in that night. And also, if you are coming to this camp or Nysc camp in general, have money, because if not, you will suffer and queue for kitchen food, because mommy's food is a bit expensive for some people. Yeah, all fingers are not equal, but please come with money, if not you suffer. And it was time for our manual drill, and this is the professional manual drill, not the usual one we do in the morning, the exercise. No, this is quite different and a bit strenuous for people that are not physically fit. So if you know you're not physically fit, just avoid, or you can just decide to take pictures like some people. I think this is our African night. Most of their social activities were not really so fun for me because, I don't know, it was not really so organized like that. Yeah, and my platoon didn't even make things easy for me because they were a bit disorganized. Yeah, not even a bit, they were disorganized. I'm not going to cap or sugarcoat anything here. They were disorganized like a lot. But yeah, here is their their whatsoever. And here is my friend Edo say she can't sleep anywhere. And of course, I was part of people that were marching before, but one afternoon I decided to sleep. Then by the time I'll come back, they have selected them. I was happy and sad because I actually wanted to match, but there is that. We also had fun activities like football, volleyball. And here we had I think hostel competition, like neatest hostel or room will collect a particular award. So yeah, I joined them in decorating, and this is our hostel. And yeah, we got second position actually, which is actually something worthwhile. So yeah. And Nico's leaving decided to come to our camp. I don't know who actually invited her, but this was a very, very good step, and something that can actually make us happy and move our moods from 0 to 100. Yeah. So I was really excited to see her because I'm a big fan of her from Instagram, and I love her vlogs a lot. Yeah. Then at this point, for the people that were marching, I was feeling bad for them because they were they were doing parade every day, and at least 3 times daily. Yeah, if I'm correct, or twice daily, morning and afternoon. And they would do this for hours, moving around. And for we that were not doing anything, they told us to start cheering them because cannot just be useless. So yeah. Then the soldiers were actually very nice there. Yeah, I didn't have any issues with any soldiers. So yeah, then the day of the final parade came. This day rain fell heavily. I was like, is this thing going to happen still? But I had to go out there and support my platoon and cheer them up. Even though we took 6th position at the end of the day, but it was actually something, yeah, unlike other platoons. This day was my favorite social night for camp in general. We had Mr. Macho and Miss Nysc, and of course my platoon took first for Mr. Macho. I was really excited about that because most of the time, anytime we're having all these inter-platoon competitions, we actually don't do well. Yeah. Then for the Mr. Macho and Miss Nysc, they had to dance together. This platoon one girl actually forgot the meaning of OBS and she was a bit disappointed in herself, so I understand her for not dancing. And here is my platoon, Miss Nysc and Mr. Macho. One of the things I didn't really like about this camp, of course we had Lagos Coppers and Osun Coppers, so they had to segregate us a bit, saying a Lagos Copper cannot be Miss Osun or Miss Nysc Osun, you get. This guy was just so funny. Mr. Macho for Platoon 10. And then we had our carnival day. This was the day that they are going to display different cultures. We had Edo, Yoruba, Teskiri. I don't know how to pronounce it if I'm correct. And this was the day I can actually say that people enjoyed themselves because they got free food and large amount of chicken. Then I saw some soldiers playing tennis. You're allowed to play tennis at the camp. And they were playing with, our fellow corps member, and it was actually fun seeing them relate easily with them. Then we had our last praise and worship on the parade ground. Everybody was quite excited because we were going on the next day. Almost everybody just wanted to leave there. But the fun thing about camp is when it's getting close to the last week, that is when it's going to be fun. And that is when you hear people saying, I will miss camp, because it takes a few, let's just say a week before camp ends. That is when it becomes fun. Then in our room we had our final praise and worship. Everyone was just so excited to go home. I was actually the videographer that day. But it was actually fun and I felt like this wave of sadness. I was going to miss everybody. My room was a total vibe at the camp. I would not lie, it was a total vibe, and yeah, it was actually fun, sha. And here we already packed our bags and it was time to go home. So I had to do a few videos with my girls and some of the friends I met at the camp. I felt a bit sad because, the 3 weeks has finally come to an end. And yeah, though I met different people, I met different characters, different people from different tribes. And, it was quite a lot. I was happy to go, but I felt sad I was not going to see most of the people I met here again. So it was just like a one-time experience. So I advise you, if you're going to camp, make sure you enjoy the most of it. And make sure you make lots of friends because that is what is going to make your camp fun. If you don't have friends, just forget about it. And now we have come to the end of my vlog and I hope you all enjoyed it. See you next video. Bye.